I'm honored to speak before all of you today and reflect on the tradition that began 472 years ago when the Society of Jesus was founded. That continued 8 years after that when St. Ignatius founded the first Jesuit College in Messina, Italy. That continued 61 years after that when the Jesuits reached North America and often stood in the way of colonizers who intended to enslave the peoples of the Americas. That continued 143 years after that when our own institution of higher education was founded by the Jesuits in Chicago. And that continued to the time a few years ago when you chose to come to this school, and in a few days when you will be graduates of Loyola University Chicago. We are of this tradition because the Jesuit tradition is in small part learned, but in large part lived. That is why words like Magis, Cura, personalis, and Ad Majorem Dei Gloriam are not imbued with significance simply because we can all translate them from Latin. They're a collection of letters used to remind us of the awe-inspiring realizations that occur when we take part in a protest against inequities, when we engage with and sometimes struggle with our liberal arts education, and when we feel the undeniable interconnectedness of humanity expressed even through those whom we dislike and disagree with. The tradition that St. Ignatius began emphasizes education, and that's why we're here. We're the best and brightest students of our generation. We've proven to ourselves, to our peers, and to our community that we're able to meet the rigors of a university education and excel all the while. But Ignatius didn't start a tradition of educating men and women so that we could all sit around and admire one another's degrees. He wanted those who would go forth and set the world on fire to be well armed with conviction, with creativity, with critical thinking, and most importantly, with the truth. And as we go forth from our graduation ceremonies, prepare to hear accounts of a real world that is burdened with a crippled economy and a lack of jobs. And in those moments, consider how you will carry forth the mission that serves as the foundation of our school and the Jesuit tradition. In spite of the lack of jobs in the economy, consider how much work there is to be done. Consider how we've all learned of the inequalities that plague our American society and societies across the world. Underrepresented racial and ethnic groups are discriminated against and marked with heavy and deprecating stereotypes. The temporarily homeless are forced to roam our streets, searching for the ladder of social mobility in a promised land. Peaceful religious believers continue to be labeled as terrorists and persecuted along with unbelievers. Women are still underpaid and underrepresented in positions of power and authority. The LGBTQ community continues to find a lack of acceptance, continues to find resistance and a lack of acceptance when expressing qualities that are inherently and beautifully human. Immigrants desperate to take part in the great American experiment and share in the American dream continue to be turned away from our borders in mass. Children watch opportunity fizzle away, and adults are mired in mounting debt due to flaws in our education system. Men and women are incarcerated and treated like commodities to be made a profit from for petty crimes rather than supported so that they can re-enter society. And the environment wails under the manufacturing and industrial excesses of the world. So when you're made to think about the lack of jobs, why not remind yourself how much work there is to be done? Injustice never sleeps, and I know we will not sleep so long as it surrounds us, because I've seen you late at night with eyelids drooping and with minds weary at the IC, on your floor lounge, or at a cafe, completing your assignments and getting work done. Amidst the injustices that still thrive and the accomplishments that we have earned, we celebrate a powerful moment today. We're no longer bound by the rules of our handbook, by the walls of our classroom, or by the size of our campus. We take with us a mission that keeps us grounded, and our knowledge and expertise that allow us to reach for the sky. We look back at the tradition that has shaped us and look forward to constructing the tradition for those to come after us. And it's never going to be easy fully explaining what words like Magis and Cura personalis really mean. But from here on out, rest assured that our work will do the talking. Thank you.